letting people keep their crappy health insurance plan just because Obama said if we like your plan, you can keep it is an awful idea. People with these happy with these plans are blissfully ignorant. When disaster strikes, only then will they realize that the plan they've been happy with for years doesn't protect them from medical bankruptcy the way medical insurance should. Now, I mean, here's the thing is that I'm not... Well, we'll dig into this, but I'm not convinced that, so many people are going to keep their plan, frankly. I think the problem is right now, there's no option for people because the website is down. And I think for people, I think a lot of these people have kept their crappy plans because they didn't have an option to get a better plan at a similar price. When you get a letter from Blue Cross Blue Shield that says, we're going to cancel your plan, and the closest plan that you have to this is, $500 more a month, they're lying to you. Or it may be that the closest plan they have outside of the exchanges is that, but they're trying to upsell you. When people have the ability to go like they would to Travelocity or whatever it is, Expedia, and say, hey, wait a second. No, I've got a better plan here. They'll move. To the extent that anybody keeps their crappy plans, because some people will be paying less, let them do it for a year. I just, as far as I can tell, look, there are three things that is already built into the Affordable Care Act for the next 2 or 3 years to deal with things like adverse selection or risk pools going into death spirals. And that is the reinsurance, basically to provide a cushion, the risk adjustment, and risk corridors. There are three mechanisms that were basically set up to deal with some measure of adverse selection that they anticipated would be baked into the cake. There may be a little bit more adverse selection than they had originally anticipated, but if the website's still not working, yeah, kick the can for a year. We're still talking about a very small group of people. And then a subset of those people.
I also think with the addition of the insurance company has to tell them the ACA plans available to them.
I mean, I know that was in the Landrieu plan, but this sounds like it's an executive administration fix. And so I don't know that that's involved in this.
Okay. Well, if it is, I think it would be good because people can't claim ignorance anymore on what's being offered because they didn't go out of their way to check it out.
It would be great. A greater amount of disclosure would be great. I don't know that they're going to get that, but it is what it is. I mean, the Obama administration, at the very least, failed miserably in executing these exchanges. They failed. You can say that part of it was because of all these Republican governors who didn't pick up their own exchanges, and certainly it was. I don't believe it's going to hurt the exchanges. I think if you extended it further down the road, it would, but I don't believe it's going to hurt them fundamentally in the first couple of years. I just don't think so. There's enough subsidies for the insurance companies that they're not going to raise their prices. You got to remember they're still going after new customers. So there's a concept of loss leader here. I mean, we saw it. We see it in like the Credo deals, right? They give you a good deal for the first couple of years because you're going to be using that service for years and years and years. If I had the ability on this program to like give you a month free and then start charging you for the better half, I would do it. We just don't have the technical ability to do it. But it's a loss leader. So I just am not convinced. But, I wonder what percentage of the 5% facing policy cancellations who say they were happy with their old plan ever faced an actual medical disaster. Very small percentage. Very small percentage, because that's the nature of insurance. So people will not realize they're still walking around with crappy insurance program, but there'll be less of them.